Hello and welcome to my weekly look ahead video, and the first thing I want to say is a big thank you to everyone who went out and voted in the local elections last week. However you voted, it was really important. There were elections to the county council, to the district and borough councils, and to the parish council in case of Lancing, and the police and crime commissioner as well. So congratulations to all those who were elected. There were some ups and downs for all the parties. In Worthing, the Labour Party did well and took some county council seats and some borough council seats, but the Conservatives have now a very slim control of the council. In Ada, the Conservatives did well and have increased their majority on that council, and the Conservatives also taken control of Lancing Parish and Sompting Parish, and the county council remains in Conservative hands. So congratulations to all those new councillors. In particular, we have a new Green councillor on Ada Council, and commiserations to all of those who put in a lot of work, I know, on all parties but weren't elected. But that's democracy. So we've had democracy in action in Parliament here today as well. We've had the Queen's speech, the beginning of the new parliamentary session. Wasn't quite as usual, with all the pomp and circumstance of the military bands and the horse-drawn carriages and the soldiers and the ambassadors in their finery. Instead, the Queen came along in a rather smart car, and there were just a few members of the Lords and Commons who were able to be in the chamber to see her speech in person, and that was that. But there was a lot in the Queen's speech. It's a jam-packed agenda, some 31 pieces of legislation. That partly reflects the pent-up demand that we've had in the last year, where we couldn't get everything through Parliament because of the pandemic. But there are some very welcome measures and things we knew about in terms of dealing with serious crime, in overhauling the asylum system, lots of measures around the environment, lots of interesting measures around the NHS, better use of technology, much better investment in public health, and particularly obesity and mental health were mentioned. But I was particularly pleased that high profile in the Queen's speech was the reference to the Best Start in Life programme for young children and babies, and that's something I've been working on as part of the Ledson review. And it really is so important that we do much more to make sure we've got happy babies and parents in those first 1,001 days of life. Also some welcome measures around animal welfare. There'll be an animal sentience bill, which I know a lot of people locally with a big interest in animal welfare will welcome as well. And we also had the news that Parliament will be returning to as near normal as we can from the 21st of June, so there'll be much more debate in person and people voting in person again, because it's been a strange old place without that. Now I'm trying to get back to normal in my duties as well. As from next week I'll be returning to having face-to-face constituency surgeries, and if you want to book a place, then as usual ring up the constituency office. I'm struggling a bit at the moment to find somewhere I can hold it that's COVID safe, but the intention is to start them again from the end of next week. It's a busy week in Parliament, apart from the Queen's speech, which we debate for the next 5 days or so. I hosted a really interesting Zoom with about 50 young people in the care system, or professionals who are involved in the care system, as part of the care review which the government is carrying out to get a much better deal for young people in the care system. Home Affairs Select Committee later today will be interviewing Cressida Dick, so there's lots we need to cover there. I've got a Zoom meeting with the local DWP and some measures I'm going to be taking in terms of working with businesses and the DWP to see how we can fill some of those job positions that have been coming up. I've got a meeting with UNICEF about child asylum seekers. More meetings around China. I seem to spend half my life talking about China these days after I got sanctioned. I've got a meeting with the universities minister, and one issue there is about some proposals to reduce funding in arts subjects, which I've got some serious concerns about. I've got a meeting with the Disabled Children's Partnership about measures to improve the lives of children with long-term disabilities. On Friday I should be doing a Q&A session with the Sussex Federation of Small Businesses, and it's Christian Aid Week, so I'll be getting a tea from the Church of the Good Shepherd on Shoreham Beach on Saturday. A really good cause. If you can support that, then please do. So there's good news on all fronts. We're gradually coming out of lockdown. We're gradually getting back to normal. Let's not rush it, though, and be careless. Let's continue to stay safe, everybody.